unprecedented chaos at U.S. airports. Roughly 2,800 flights have been canceled already today, and that's after more than 3,900 flights were canceled yesterday. Southwest accounted for over 70% of those cancellations. Now the Department of Transportation is investigating as the airline warns of more flight disruptions to come. Alex Perez has the latest from Chicago's O'Hare Airport.
They said no one's getting on a Southwest flight for 4 days, and they said we can't help you, go home.
Southwest Airlines melting down in the wake of the Christmas holiday.
Christmas was just ruined. This was the worst Christmas ever.
While 3,800 flights were canceled across the country Monday after the punishing winter storm, nearly 3/4 of them were Southwest flights. And the company has already canceled over 2,500 flights today, with more misery expected this week.
It's been catastrophic. It is simply a failure of Southwest management.
When asked about the collapse, a spokesperson for Southwest blaming the weather.
I think it's just the sheer size of the storm. It's just the fact that this one started west, swept east, and impacted almost every single one of our largest airports that put us in a position where we struggled to recover, and we struggled to get our flight crews and airplanes where they needed to be.
In a statement, the company vowing we'll work to make things right for those that we've let down. We recognize falling short and sincerely apologize. But federal officials are launching an investigation into the chaotic response. The Department of Transportation saying it is concerned by Southwest's unacceptable rates of cancellations and delays and reports of a lack of prompt customer service, adding it will investigate whether cancellations were controllable. The airline's own employees blaming the company for not being better prepared. Some Southwest flight crews are being left on hold for up to 10 hours while they wait for scheduling instructions. From weary travelers sleeping on airport floors to unclaimed luggage pileups, the harsh reality was everywhere.
Unfortunately, our next available seats for rebooking are on the 31st and beyond.
Loudspeakers warning flyers in Houston they shouldn't expect to get a flight out for at least 6 days. Others boarding crowded buses chartered by Southwest. One bus headed from Raleigh to Nashville, a 500-mile ride that will take more than 8 hours.
I definitely did not anticipate having to go from an hour-and-a-half flight to taking an 8-hour road trip.
And Alex Perez joins me live now from O'Hare Airport in Chicago. Alex, this has been called one of the worst airline meltdowns in U.S. history. So where do things stand right now?
Yeah, Diane, experts everywhere are calling this one of the worst airline meltdowns in airline history. Now, in terms of where we are right now, well, it does not seem that this debacle is going to be over anytime soon. Southwest right now is in the process of sort of hitting Control Alt Delete, resetting all of its operations, moving planes to get them in position, moving crews, in some cases even moving empty planes to get them in position. But when exactly everything will be back to normal, that could still be several days away, Diane.
And Alex, the Department of Transportation has launched this investigation into Southwest's response. Now, employees and the president of the Southwest Airlines Pilots Association are blaming a lack of preparedness. But it's not like we didn't know this season, you know, with the holidays was going to be busy. So what do they mean by that lack of preparedness?
Yeah, Diane, the Flight Attendants Association also attacking the company for failing to be prepared. Now, they're pointing at mostly two things, one of them being the company's lack of modernization of its infrastructure, IT infrastructure. A lot of it still done on antiquated systems. You heard in our story there, Diane, I mentioned that some of those flight crews are waiting 10 hours to get their assignments. They still have to call a phone number to figure out where their next flight may be or to figure out where their hotels may be, as opposed to some of the more modernized systems where it's all computerized. So all of that adding to the delays. And then, of course, Southwest operates, Diane, on a point-to-point system rather than a hub and spoke system. So that point-to-point system means it's essentially a nationwide puddle jumper as opposed to a hub and spoke system where you have a big hub like Chicago and flights go from here to one location and from here to another location. The point-to-point system makes you more susceptible to delays and cancellations when you have a big weather system like we saw here last week. And of course, all those things converge, the older IT system, the point-to-point system, all at once mixed in with this big weather system. It's created a lot of problems, and we now know what can happen, Diane.
So, Alex, at this point, when can passengers realistically expect to get home?
That is a very good question. I think it really depends where exactly you're headed. A lot of passengers have given up on Southwest. Southwest does not have that traditional agreement with other airlines where they can book their passengers on another airline to get them there if needed. So a lot of people have given up on Southwest and are headed to the other airlines to get to their destination. Southwest believes it'll be probably about a week before their schedule is back on track. So we're looking still at a few days of frustration here for some people, Diane.
Oh, what a mess. Alex Perez, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.